Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back once again to the Operational Intelligence Market Overview here at InsideAnalysis.com. My name is Eric Cavanaugh. I'll be your moderator for our next demonstration from Noetics. Very excited to have these guys on the show today. We've been tracking them for quite some time now, so we're very pleased to have Pat Roach, Executive Vice President of Products and Services, online. So, Pat, with that, I'm going to turn it over to you and show us what you got.
All right, thank you very much. So we're going to do a quick set of PowerPoints here so we can frame what our company and products do, and then we'll jump into a demonstration of the products. So Noetix has been around since '94 in North America, Europe, and India. We've won a lot of awards over the years and have been able to acquire over 1,500 customers. And we have a very renowned list of partners that we work very closely with: Oracle Informatica, Business Objects, Cognos, and most recently QlikView. So we're continuing to build our partnerships. What we do is we provide instant operational reporting and package analytics for Oracle applications, primarily focused in the e-business suite marketplace. So if you start in the lower right-hand corner, Noetix BI covers operational, analytical, and strategic. So we have business views for that transactional real-time reporting on the operational side. We have a package data warehouse and operational data store to do your transactional summary, near real-time historical reporting, where you're needing to do a lot of aggregations and large data dumps. And then we also have our data marts for the strategic KPIs, the trending, and the analytics that are needed by CXOs and the analysts in the company. So to give you an analogy of what we do, if we had a GPS system and you just had latitude and longitude, it would be very hard to find your destination and figure out, where you're trying to go. When maps are provided, you can search, you can navigate, you can get information like gas stations, Starbucks, and so on. So it's much easier. We do the same thing for BI. If you just take a BI tool, a Cognos, a Business Objects, Oracle BI, you point it at a sophisticated database like Oracle e-Business Suite, it's going to be hard for you to find what you're looking for and make sense of the data. And a lot of times the data is very cryptic, so it's hard to figure out what columns even mean. So what Noetix does is we provide maps inside those BI tools so that it's much easier to understand the data and find the data. So you get something that's much more in business terms and things that a business user or report author can understand. So when we talk about these business maps, we have a couple different kinds. One is our business views, called Noetix Views. You'll take a complex set of tables. This one's for salary information. There are 7 tables in eBusiness Suite. You'd have to be a SQL developer that knows how to write a query to get that data. What we do is we automatically generate a view over the top of that, so you have a single object and you can just start writing your report. We do a similar thing on the analytical side on our data warehouse. We have an operational data store, which is a hybrid dimensional relational model. Here's an example with orders, where you can analyze the data at the detailed level. And then we also build in our data mart a variety of traditional star schemas. And here's one of order lines, and you're analyzing by set of books, product, shipped to customer, or organization. So the other technology we have is we take these maps and we put them into your BI platform of choice. So we'll generate an RPD in OBI, or Framework Manager Model in Cognos, or a universe in Business Objects, also supporting Microsoft BI and QlikView. This is one of our great technologies that we have. So here's an example of a template we'll look at here in the demo, where it's sitting over the top of our map, and this is a sample template that we ship. We also have these various operational reports. So you can have a mapping, you can write your own report, or you can use various ones that we ship with the product. One of our great advantages over our competitors is our breadth of coverage. So you'll see when I demonstrate in the product, all these areas are covered, from financials, human resources, down the line there to service. So we have a lot of coverage, a lot of subject areas, and you'll see that coming up. So really quickly, we'll wrap up the slides, but I wanted to show you kind of architecturally how it works and point out some of the differentiators of our product line. First of all, everything we do is metadata driven, and we have a data-driven architecture for how we do everything. So in this example, those business views called Noetix Views are in a metadata repository, and there's a tool called Noetix Views Workbench where you can customize, extend, or add your own views into our model. And we also do the same for views and dashboards and reports. They're stored as metadata. Then we have patented technology called Noetix Meta Builder, which reads the EBS configuration, combines it with that template, and generates the view. Every one of our customers has a different set of views because every single customer runs EBS differently and they've configured the system differently. So the result is you get a set of views that instantly run as soon as you install them, and they've already been automatically configured to work in your environment. Similarly, on the analytics side, although it doesn't have the dynamic MetaBuilder technology yet, it is a set of models that are in a metadata repository. There is a tool for managing them, extending them, and modifying them. And we have a set of extraction views that are managed to pull that data out of eBusiness Suite. So now what happens is we're going to move into building that data warehouse. So we ship packaged ETL, Informatica Power Center code, that will populate those models that were stored in the metadata repository. So we generate the operational data store, we generate the data marts, those maps we talked about, those data models, and now we've shipped code to automatically pull the data from eBusiness Suite and build your analytics warehouse. All of our customers have many source systems in our warehouse, not just eBusiness Suite. So we also have an integration interface so that you can pull other data into our system, and then the packaged ETL will process it into the warehouse. And then as we already discussed, that same metadata, Noetix Generator creates a search repository, which I'll demo momentarily, and we also generate those models into the BI platforms, as well as generating dynamic reports into the platforms, or in the case of analytics dashboards, we provide templates you can put in your platform. We also generate cubes and SQL Server analysis services and in-memory data structures for ClickView. So that's a super quick summary of Noetix and what our technology does, and we will jump into the demo. So this is one of our products called Noetix Search, where we've taken the metadata repository and we've generated a search index. And you can now navigate through here, and you can see all those different subject areas that we saw in that big PowerPoint slide are all in here, and you can browse them and navigate them and look at the information. So let's make it simple here and just power it down to our views, which is our operational side. Go into the modules and look at something simple like General Ledger. So you see here in General Ledger, these are all the views we ship, and they go on for quite a while. There's many in GL that we have. So let's go in and look at this one, GL budget to actuals. And one of the great values we provide is information about what this data means and how you would use it in your business and how you would write reports. I'm not going to read all this, but this is created by subject matter experts and people that know this, financials and GL very well. And when you now drill in and look at one of these models, we'll drill to the details, you see all the columns are annotated as well. So you get this huge glossary or this dictionary of all the columns that make up this mapping. And here you're seeing, in Oracle they call this key flex fields. This is where our MetaBuilder technology has gone through, and in this case figured out how they've configured the key accounting flex field. So this would be different at every customer because everybody runs their business in a different way. It also picks up how you index the environment. So here we're getting indexes that you would use to parameterize your report. Or you can use list of values that we automatically generate to make your report parameters run faster. So each view is made up of many tables. This one has 10 tables in it. So here you see all the columns from Oracle that we're getting. Here's the columns, here's the mapping into the view. So you can see a single column in the database can go many places with calculations and formulas in it inside of a given business view. We also show the relationships to other views we have. In this case, there's a lot of hierarchies because of the financial statements that are used to calculate your balance sheet, your income statement, and so on. We automatically pull those out of the business suite and define them in our models. And here's those report samples we were talking about. So this one is what are the budget and actual accounts for a specified period. You could drill into this and you could see the details of what columns, what parameters, what sort order. There's a variety of information provided. And finally, you can see the SQL. So if you wanted to write all the value of this view as described in that essay, you would have to be able to write SQL to this level of complexity. And you can see when you get into the where clauses with outer joins and tricky things in eBusiness Suite, like actual flag needs to be A. These are all uniquenesses of pulling the data accurately and reliably out of eBusiness Suite. So you can see that's quite a mapping that was created there. So the tool, in addition to browsing, obviously, the preferred method is people like to search. So if I wanted to go search for something like supply-demand, and I wanted to cut it down to just the views, here I have one called item supply-demand. So this view in our inventory area is a really sophisticated one. This view is made up of 38 tables. Crosses BOM, MRP, item, PO, orders, WIP. So it's a very robust view. And if you went and looked at the SQL of this one, it's over 30 pages of SQL. This is how many places in eBusiness Suite it really takes to get a view of your supply versus your demand. So those are the type of sophisticated models that are available on the operational side. If we go look at one on the analytical side, which we'll now see something much more like a star schema, let's go take a look at margins. And we'll go into relationship sets, which is our word for a subject area. And here's one, top model margins. Let's go take a look at this one because I'm going to demo it here in a minute. And you can see this is now much more like a traditional star schema. So here we are, we're looking at the star schema. We can look at these various metrics across customer, against warehouse, against ship to customer, the general ledger, all these different dimensions you can analyze this fact table by. And this fact table has quite a broad number of metrics inside of it. So you can see this little indicator here is telling you these are all the metrics, and these are all the additional attributes that it has. It's also, you can see all the tables in here that make up this star schema or this mapping, and then the joins between them. And once again, you have descriptions and annotations of how it works. So let's take this particular mapping, the analytical one, and let's jump in and demonstrate it in Oracle's product, Oracle BI EE. Here we're looking at ship to customer, top 10 revenue for a period of time, and we see here Smart Buy. Let's make sure I'm still logged in here. Smart Buy is the top. So Smart Buy is generating about 7.3 million of 50 million in sales last month. So they're doing pretty well. Let's go in and take a look at how margins are going. So what I'm doing here is I'm slicing and dicing various metrics against various dimensions. And here we're looking at ship to customer, and we have a little glitch here. Looks like, yeah, sales are going really well, revenue is going really well, but we actually are selling at negative margins. And that's obviously not going to be a viable way to continue. So let's go take a deeper look at Smart Buy. Let's go filter here by Smart Buy and then do some more analysis. It's a little tricky here to go find that, but so here's Smart Buy. So let's go look at Smart Buy, and let's look at the products we're selling them. So let's look by item, and let's look at revenue. Let's go see what are the big items that we're selling to Smart Buy. So we can see XP9007 is the highest revenue generator product that we're selling to Smart Buy. And we can see it's doing pretty well. And let's do the same thing we did last time and see, hey, for that highest selling product, how are we doing on margins? We go in and look at the margin, reapply that. I think we may have found a culprit. There we go. We're actually selling a lot of this product at a significant negative margin. And now it's probably time to go talk to the sales rep. So let's see who's selling in the Smart Buy. And take a look at them. You can see there's a number of guys here. I already did this earlier, so I actually know that Mr. Howard Sprague here is the culprit, and he's selling a lot of product at a loss. So that's the type of analysis you can do when you have a pre-built model that has a lot of good dimensions on it and a lot of KPIs. Really quickly here, I'll demonstrate a couple of our capabilities on the operational side. Let's go in here and look at some of our pre-built answers, those ones you saw in Noetix Search. And you can see all that content that was in our metadata repository has now been generated into Oracle BI. So let's go ahead and take a look at discrete manufacturing quality views. Because these are dynamically generated to match your configuration, I can just go run one of these. So I'll just pick the first one off the list here. I don't really know a good business value one, but let's just pick some parameter values here and apply it, and voila, the report runs. So this mapping automatically ran. This report was automatically created. I can search in Noetix Search, find it, go into my BI tool, run it, it will run. Give a similar example where I'm going to do a brand new analysis. So I go in, I don't want to use one of your predefined reports. I want to build my own report, and now you can see all those mappings are available underlying. And let's kind of drop down here, maybe take a look at Oracle Service, an area we support. Now you see we have depot repair, field service, install-based service, contracts, teleservice, all these functional areas. Let's take a look maybe at the mappings we have inside of service contracts. So you can see here's customers. That's an easy one we all understand. I can now, in easy business terms, start building my report. You can see I'm just clicking them and dropping them onto the report over here. Look at the results. It's going to run because, once again, it's been dynamically configured to match my environment. So that's pretty much the demo. In summary, why is Noetix Package Solution the way you want to go? Well, it's rapid implementation. Because it's pre-built and it's dynamically configured, you can greatly expedite overbuilding it yourself. These BI maps will give you the best total cost of ownership, not only because of the speed of implementing, but we upgrade protect them. We've had customers for 17 years that have gone through all the versions of eBusiness Suite in those years and have been able to continue to run their reports without modification, because we do dynamic, automatic, what we call upgrade protection. And that really mitigates your risks and brings those costs down so that you can have a successful project. And that's Noetix.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive. And I'm just curious, I'm sure you also have alerts and things that you can embed in there, right? So the case study that you just showed of the one particular salesman who was below his levels, I'm guessing that you can set in some kind of alert to keep an eye on that guy over time, or how does that work?
So what we found is that all the BI platforms have the alert capability. What's often difficult is, how do I calculate that KPI, or how do I get that piece of data out of something like eBusiness Suite, which is complex? So our part of that equation would be, yes, we can get you the data that shows the alert, but you would actually set up the alert in your BI platform, such as OBIE, Cognos. Our consultants can do it, or often the customer knows how to use those features. We get you the data you need so you can define the alert.
Okay. And in terms of the speed, I mean, you were really moving through stuff very quickly. Is that typical once an installation is in place and it's been mapped and so forth?
It's very dependent on the data sizes and the hardware sizes and how good the DBAs are. All the things that have to do with tuning SQL, retrieving data apply to our solution. So for mid-size, even some enterprise businesses, things run very fast. Sometimes performance tuning's required. Sometimes you use the data warehouse as a method to performance tune. And then we also are starting to support things like ClickView because of the in-memory capability and the speed with which those can work. So they all run out of the box. They may not always meet your performance requirements, and therefore we are very expert at performance tuning and making sure we can meet those needs.
I was going to say, you've probably seen lots and lots of different environments, and that's where your consultants would come in and work with the DBAs of the client, essentially?
Yes, that's accurate.
Good stuff. Anyone else out there have any questions? No? Hey, that was a very, very tight demonstration, and you did so in under 18 and a half minutes, so well done. We'll be talking to Pat Roach of Noetics about operational intelligence here at the Market Overview at InsideAnalysis.com. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.